Hey, this is Steve. Welcome to another ABCs of Music. If you want to help support this and other content on this channel, head on over to patreon.com/StephenHartmanMusic, where you can sign up and get access to some exclusive videos and clips. But for now, on with the show. Hey everybody, and welcome to another ABCs of Music. I'm Steve, and we're going to talk about the letter D today, and music things that start with the letter D. So I thought we could do something like diminuendo.
You should do drums!
Did you hear something? But, whatever, diminuendo might be a little too small of a subject. So, then maybe I thought we could do something like decrescendo.
Do drums!
Do you hear something? I don't know. Decrescendo, it's too small of a subject again, it gets too soft. But then, I came up with the best idea ever. Wait for this. We're gonna do dissonance.
Do drums! Drums!
I suppose we're doing drums. Nobody wants to hear about dissonance anyway. A drum is a shell with a skin. And you hit it. Now we're gonna go through things like the drum set and the parts of it and how it came to be today. But I also want to talk about what types of drums there are in existence that fit that definition of shell and skin. Drums have a couple uses, and the main one is to keep time in music and to provide a rhythmic background. The second one though, back in history, drums were used as a way of communicating across long distances. Now there are two ways to make noise on a drum. One is to use a stick and go smacky smack. The other is to use your hand and go smacky smack. And let's look at a few drums that use both of those techniques to actually make noise. Now let's start by looking at drums you hit with sticks. Now this is called a snare drum. Defining factors of this, it has a skin on top and bottom and a shell, but it has snare wires that are activated with a switch here. Right now, it's currently off, so if I hit it, it just sounds like that. If I turn them on, has that sound. Another drum that you'd use sticks on would be called a tom-tom. These are commonly found on a drum set in different sets, and they're toned drums. Similar to the snare drum, it has a skin on top and bottom and a shell. Doesn't have the snare wires, but it is tuned, so you can turn it to specific notes so it brings up nicely, and with a drumstick it makes this sound. Some other examples of drums that you'd play with sticks or mallets would be timpanis, which are kettle drums that are tuned to specific pitches, a concert bass drum, which makes a low rumbly sound with big smack and mallet, or timbales, which are often found in a Latin setting and are tuned to a higher pitch. Now, as for drums that you play with your hands, today I have a djembe with me. Defining factor of this, it has one skin on top, and the shell is contoured to have this rounded under the surface shell, followed by a horn coming out. Now, this is an African hand drum, but often these hand drums come in Afro-Cuban settings, but also Latin settings. So some examples of other hand drums would be congas or bongos. Quick history of the drum kit. So over the 20th century, people were finding that there wasn't enough room for all these percussionists in the orchestra pit, so they fired them all and had one guy play what was called double drumming. So they'd have a bass drum on one side and a snare on the other side. They'd use drumsticks to go smack, smack, smack between the two. Eventually, the bass drum was put on the floor rather than slanted beside them, and they put a bass drum pedal for it so they could boom, boom, boom with their foot instead of with their hands. And so their sticks were left to the snare drum, and then on the left foot, they had what was called the low boy, which is now evolved into what's called the hi-hat, but we'll get there in a second. So the hi-hat came after the low boy. The low boy was a low thing down on the floor. The hi-hat was a higher one with two cymbals still stacked on each other. You could play it with your hand now that it was higher up beside the snare drum. And then they added cymbals. So you had a suspended cymbal and you had a ride cymbal, and all those things, those didn't quite exist the same way. They were called suspended cymbals. They're hung up from like a string or something dangly. Over time, from Eastern influences and stuff like that, you had toms come in, which I talked about toms. They have the toned notes where you go boom, 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 boom between the two, and they each have a different pitch, and you can tune them and they do whatever. So those were added influences for flourishes and drum fills. So let's look at the drums that are part of the drum set. The first drum we'll look at is the snare drum. Now I showed you snare drum earlier. Head on top, snare side head, which is a thinner head, and has the snare wires. So the next drums we'll look at will be the toms. They're each toned or tuned to a specific pitch. And then high and low. The last drum we're going to talk about on the drum kit is the bass drum, which is down there on the floor, and you can see there's a pedal here. It has a skin on this side, on the side towards me, the batter side, and it has a resonant side, but some drummers choose to not have a resonant side, or they have a skin on the other side, but it's cut open. There's a lot of space in that head. So those are the drums on the drum kit. Now, I'm not dealing with these, because they're not drums. They're cymbals, which we could have talked about last week, but whatever. I mean, I guess that was drums. Thanks for checking out this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you aren't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That'll help me out, helps YouTube know where I am. Also, share this with your friends. It'd be cool to get some people watching these things like ABCs of Music, and also the live streams I do on Saturdays where I interview local musicians to the Camrose area. And we talk about like who they are, what they do. And so I've had music teachers and I've had gigging musicians on. So you can check out previous ones I've done, but every Saturday morning, I'm taking a break this week, whatever, but you can check out a new one. If you follow my Facebook page, Stephen Hartman Music, you can check out our announcements for that. And who's coming on each week. Yeah, I think that's about it for today. So I'll see you next week for another ABCs of Music. Next week is the letter E, so what's that gonna be? Anyhow, stay safe and I'll see you next time. What? Oh, shaker party.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. And that's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the hater's gonna hate, 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 hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 break. And the faker's gonna fake, 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 fake. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off.